sweetheart. And he said, Shondell, we're going to get Chad on that roller coaster. I said, over my dead body. Now, I don't think before I say things sometimes. This body's about as dead as it gets. And you also have to understand, folks, that me being in a wheelchair, I really don't have a whole lot to say about what happens in my life anymore. Are we on the same page? Are we connected? For example, my wife gets me up in the morning when I'm home, and she says, sweetheart. See, she's playing games. What would you like to wear today? I say to her the same thing every morning. Jeans and a t-shirt, please. And then she puts on me whatever she wants. See, we're already being disconnected. We're already losing that connection. I've discovered, gentlemen, that I wear outfits. Now, some of you gentlemen wear outfits. You're going to disconnect really quick with this audience. Make a long story short, they dragged me over to the hotel. They carried me up a flight of stairs right to the front of the line. Didn't have to wait in line. When we get there, they both leave. That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. They said, we have to find a supervisor to get permission to put you on the ride. Now, I may be stupid, but I'm smart enough to know this. If you need a supervisor's permission to get on a roller coaster ride, chances are you shouldn't be in the line in the first place. Are we agreed on that? Well, while they were gone, I looked on my left-hand side right here, and I noticed a sign. Listen to this. Yeah, you're not stupid. Yeah. It said, welcome to the New York Hotel, home of the world's largest roller coaster, peak height 412 feet. Do y'all know how tall that is? Speeds in excess of 70 miles per hour. I read the small fine print. Important for people like me to read that stuff. If you're pregnant, have asthma, heart, liver, or bladder failure, strongly suggest you not participate on this ride. Now, I'm fairly certain I have every one of those problems. Right? With the exception of being pregnant, of course. And then at the bottom of the sign was a blue line which read what? You said it. Right. Hey, have to be this tall. I thought, my lucky day. Because I was 2 inches shorter than the line. My wife and brother returned with that supervisor, and I said to Shondell, look, you can read. I'm clearly in violation of all the rules. There's no way I can ride this roller coaster. She looked at the sign and she said two things. Number one, where does it say anything about being a quadriplegic? Does she not get it? Number two, she walked around to the back of my wheelchair and she cranked up the adjustment. I had a much better idea why I had been brought to that hotel, for their own entertainment, I take it. Well, after signing a waiver for that supervisor stating that I wouldn't sue the hotel if something happened to my body, they then picked me up and they carried my body to the very... Folks, the very back seat. Exactly. They said this would be the best place for me to sit. In case I threw up. Now there's a confidence builder. Right? They put a seatbelt across my chest, a seatbelt across my waist, and then a harness hydraulically closed against my shoulders. This was to keep me from falling out. As we exited the hotel, the supervisor, remember the supervisor? She came over the intercom system and she said, please keep your arms and legs inside at all times. Enjoy the ride. That's when it hit me. That's when it hit me. Folks, I can't feel my legs. In fact, they are completely numb to me today. How am I supposed to keep them inside this ride? So I leaned to my brother, who was kind enough to sit beside me. And I said to him, clearly, you keep a hold of these legs. I don't want these puppies to exit this ride as we're traveling over 70 miles an hour. Do y'all remember his job? Don't forget it. We made our climb all the way to that 400-foot mark. Anybody ever been on that ride at the New York, New York? So right here in the front, sir, tell me your name. Glenn, stand up. Thanks, Glenn. Glenn, where are you from? Indiana. Glenn's from Indiana. Glenn, what's it like? What was it like for you as you sat there on that ride for the 10 seconds they make you sit there?
Terrifying.
Terrifying. Anything else you want to add?
Terrible fear of heights, so it was more than terrifying.
More than terrifying. Anything about your pants that you would like to share with this group? Not publicly. Give Glenn a round of applause. Glenn, thank you very much. Glenn, you and I have made a connection because we can relate. That's exactly how I felt. And then we made our descent. And I can tell you, I think I felt my stomach for the first time in 16 months. Where was it located? Right here. Right here. And as we made our way up that first loop, I looked to my brother to make sure he was going to do what? And can I just tell you, his arms were sticking straight up in the air. And it was obvious to me that my safety was the furthest thing from his mind.